guys, and thank you so much for tuning in. We got a spontaneous haul video today. I didn't expect this delivery to arrive today, but now that it's here, I'm actually super excited. It just arrived 2 hours ago and I decided to film this today because I gotta work tomorrow. So I switched from my pajamas to actual clothing and even washed my hair. I am really curious about the condition of this box. The delivery guy didn't treat this box really well, to put it nicely. I wouldn't be surprised about everything covered in paint, to be honest. Let's just hope and assume all is good. So let me just tell you real quick how this haul happened. My employer once again gave us a really generous bonus, which I'm super grateful for. I work in healthcare as a personal assistant, and what it means is that I'm with my client up to 12 hours a day. We gotta wear a face mask all day long. We gotta be super careful with hygiene, which is why my hands are in such terrible condition, because I gotta wash them all the time. Also, daily testing, just being super careful basically. So yeah, all of us got this reward for pushing through. That was back in December, and my parents also got me a gift card for Christmas. And yeah, I ordered this at Gouache, which is like a German equivalent to Jackson's, and I've been putting things in and out of my cart for many weeks. I wanted to get a mix of things I know that I want very, very much, but also a lot of new stuff I've been really curious about for a long time. And yeah, alright guys, let's just open it already because I can't wait to find out what's in there. I really expect chaos, disorder, and paint splatters everywhere. Alright guys, good news, everything's fine. Now I just gotta set up my camera over my desk real quick. Be right back. Alright guys, I painted my nails and moisturized my hands like a real hand model. I hope you appreciate that. I'm gonna show you swatches, but I'm gonna film it afterwards, maybe tomorrow during daylight. Without further ado, let's start with the first product. So, people who have been around here for a while know that this is my discovery of 2022. This is the so-called Flashe paint, and I love it for many, many reasons. As you know, I'm an acrylic gouache nerd, but I still feel a little fearful when it comes to using them, because let's be honest, they are quite expensive. Now, this is a vinyl paint. It's not acrylic, it's not acrylic gouache, but at least to me, it looks so similar to acrylic gouache, and I experimented so much with it. You can mix it with acrylic gouache, no problem, and they come at a cheaper price in relation to the amount in the tube. The other reason I got them, and I made a full video on that, I stopped using colored pencils over acrylic gouache because it just doesn't look very good. The colors get dull. They're usually much, much lighter, and also you gotta press really hard in my opinion, at least if you want a decent color output. That damages the paper, and I'm really not into that. Colored pencil over Flashe paint works amazingly. It is a game changer. I made a whole video on that, so please go and check it out. I'll show you all the paints I got. So this one is the Verdaccio. Then we have Rouge d'Orient, Naples yellow, and then we got orange Japanese orange, and then we have another amazing green. I'm not that into greens, to be honest, but this is exactly my type of green. So this is her Vert Clair, and then this one, I can't wait to paint with this. It's so, so beautiful. And this one's called Steel de Grain Vert. Maybe you have noticed the pattern, but I'm not that much into super bright candy colors anymore. So this is Ochre Jaune, yellow ochre. And then we got Terre d'Ombre Naturelle, as always, butchering all the names. Another brown, this is Terre d'Ombre Brûlée. I'm running out of space already. Yeah, this is Rouge Carmine. And then we got Terre de Sienne Brûlée. So I think this must be burnt sienna. It looks a lot like it, at least. Then we have Payne's Gray, Grise de Payne, and lastly, we got Ochre Rouge. So actually this isn't all of them. I'm pretty sure something's missing because I also got jars. They come in jars and tubes, and let me check real quick. Okay, so this one. This must be white, a big jar of white. Let me move the paints aside. So yeah, I ran out of white in no time, and the Flashe in white has replaced my white acrylic gouache. So this big boy is 400 milliliters. By the way, I'm sorry, everything I touch looks greasy. I shouldn't have moisturized my hands. So yeah, the other reason I got them is I painted a couple of abstracts from my parents about 20 years ago, and every time I see them, I cringe. I barely have any acrylics, so my plan is to paint something new for them, and I can't wait to find out how these paints perform on a canvas. Alright guys, the sun just set, so we gotta continue with this really harsh and unpleasant artificial light. My apologies. I locked the exposure on my phone camera, but unfortunately it seems to still be changing the color every time I move my hands. So anyway, we got 2 of the Royal Talents art creation sketchbooks. This is not the first time I'm getting these sketchbooks. I already got one, a tiny one, in this color here, coral. I have a specific purpose for the small ones. And the paper, by the way, is very creamy, almost yellowish if you compare it to this sketchbook. Some people find it very off-putting, but I really, really like it. It has 80 sheets and is 140 GSM. As you know, I really like to discover new color combinations, and my idea is to make color tiles on every single page between 3 or 4 different colors. So those will be my compendiums for my color explorations. I haven't sketched in these sketchbooks before, but so many people are really, really in love with it because it is pretty affordable and performs really well as a mixed media sketchbook. And I'm thinking, even if I end up not liking to paint or draw in it, I can still use them for collage because I've been into collage lately. So that is that. And next, guys, I've been talking about this paper for 10 minutes before I noticed that it didn't record. So this is why the seal is off already, but maybe it's good because it will go faster this time. So this is the Hahnemühle Agave watercolor pad. The size is 30 by 40 centimeters. It's 290 GSM with 12 sheets. And I was super curious about this paper because it's made out of different fibers. So it's 70% agave fiber as well as 30% cotton rag. And just like Hahnemühle's bamboo paper, this is part of the natural line. So the natural line, basically, it says it focuses more on resource saving and environmentally friendly papers, which is a good thing. Now let's move it here. So this spot here, I don't know, can I scrape it off? Okay, no, it seems to be a discolored fiber. Anyway, as far as I can tell, you can even see the texture on camera. So I don't own a paper like this. This seems to be something between cold pressed and hot pressed. It's not completely smooth, but the texture is less prominent than on cold pressed paper. And what I heard about this paper is that it's really easy to blend colors on it. So the transitions are supposed to be really smooth. Can't wait to try it. Let me continue with this here. Not sure what it is. I can only guess it's colored pencils, perhaps. And, oh, yeah, it is. It is colored pencils. Oh, okay, guys. So, let me tell you, I have been into colored pencils a lot lately. I actually own quite a significant amount of colored pencils because my parents gifted me a full set of polychromos, I think about 5 years ago. Actually, it's not the full set, but it is a pretty big set, and unfortunately, I don't use like 70% of the colors. So I decided that from now on I want to stay away from sets and only buy the colors that really appeal to me. And I heard so much about this brand Derwent, which is why I got several pencils from several lines. I'm quite overwhelmed, but also very pleased to see all the colors. I am already seeing a bunch of colors that I love. So yeah, Caran d'Ache Luminance are my favorite colored pencils, but they're very, very pricey. So if I end up liking Derwent pencils, especially the cheaper ones, that would be really awesome. Caran d'Ache Luminance, I got a couple of colors that I already own, but that I either use a lot or just never want to run out of. We got Violet Gray, Pink White, Burnt Sienna 10%, Cornelian, as well as Herculaneum Red. I love, 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 love these colors. And in addition to that, I got, this is Steel Gray. Oh my, what a gorgeous color. And then this one, exactly my type of green. Green Ochre and Light Aubergine. And also I got Orange. Alright, moving on to, how about these? So this is the Derwent Drawing. I love how they look. So this is really unfortunate. They put on these ugly stickers. They seem to leave quite a sticky film. Oof, bummer. Not a fan of that. Anyway, so the colors I got are Ink Blue, then we got Smoke Blue, then next is Mars Violet, Pale Cedar, Light Sienna, Ruby Earth. Now this one's hard to read. I think it's called Solway Blue, which seems to be like a bluish gray. Next, we have the Derwent Color Soft. Again, they have these stupid stickers on them. We have Bright Pink, then we have Soft Pink, Lincoln Green, Gray Lavender, beautiful, Blackberry, which is like a super dark aubergine kind of color, Sea Green, Ochre, one of my new favorite colors by the way, Green Gray, Loganberry, and lastly Yellow Green. Lastly, we have the Derwent Lightfast. I got quite a few of them. So we got Wild Lavender, Merlot, Green Earth, Cinnamon. This one looks so cool. Dusky Pink. Then we have Ocean Blue. We have Bordeaux. Then we have Deep Rose, Chestnut, Burnt Sienna, a staple color, Mars Violet. Okay, about the Mars Violet, seems like I also got it as a Derwent drawing. Oh well. Let me know in the comments if this happened to you before. Cherry Red. What a gorgeous red, by the way. Sandstone. I think it's pronounced Lichen Green. A stunning green. Then we have salmon. Oh, okay, so I got ocean blue again. I thought I checked for dupes before ordering. Heather. Then we have denim, which is a gorgeous dark blue. Cloud gray. This color looks much darker here. Then we have spruce green. Spruce green I saw somewhere on YouTube. It might have been Sandy Hester. When I saw it, I wanted it so badly. Then we have chocolate, pine, dark indigo. Then we have pale peach. It doesn't look too peachy though. It looks very beigey. And lastly, ruby earth. So yeah, I've gone completely crazy with my colored pencil purchase, but I'm so happy, you guys, because this is exactly the types of colors I will use. Alright guys, I don't know if we're halfway through yet, but if you enjoyed so far, don't forget to leave me a like, subscribe if you haven't yet, and next is gonna be some gouache. Okay guys, I own gouache by several brands. I have a couple of tubes of Schminke Horadam. I got a few tubes of Winsor Newton and a few tubes of Holbein gouache. Especially the Holbein gouache is really not affordable in Germany. I know it's a lot of people's favorite, but it is on the pricier side. Me personally, I really like the colors in the Schminke Horadam range, but even though it is a local brand, it's not super affordable either. Now this one is by Royal Talents and it's their extra fine quality range. Now before you go and order Royal Talents gouache, keep in mind that they also have a student range, and I heard horrible things about it, so better stay away from it. But this one here, one of my favorite artists, her name is Maria Hesse. She's a professional artist and illustrator, and it seems like she's using this brand here exclusively. And I was just really curious about this particular gouache because it's not that expensive, so... Now, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I really have a hard time opening it. So the colors we got for mixing in this set are whites. This is what the tube looks like, by the way. We have 20 milliliter in them. We have yellow, vermilion, a red that is more on the warmer side, and also a carmine. We got ultramarine deep, Prussian blue, phthalo. Then we have iridian, yellow ochre. This color has become super important to me, especially for mixing. Then we have burnt sienna and black intenso. This is the colors I got in this set, but I think I also got individual tubes as well as jars. So the store did a really good job in protecting them. Oh guys, it took forever to open the packages. Anyway, so this is the cute little jars. I'm personally a very big fan of the branding. It looks really nice. So this is glass, it isn't plastic, and we have white again, because I never want to run out of white. We have 50 milliliters in here, and I think I got 2 of them, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check. Yeah, so I got 2 of them. I think they even had a bigger jar, but I believe it was sold out. Alright, then we have this one here. This is a cold gray, and this one is a warm gray. Now before you ask why don't I mix my own grays, in order to mix a nice light gray I gotta use up a lot of my precious white gouache, and it's way more convenient like that. Then we have raw sienna, burnt sienna. We have Naples yellow red. And lastly, this here. Oh my god, I love this color. I think those light violets look so great in combination with grays and browns. Look at this combo here. It looks fantastic. I mean, even this... Guys, I can't wait to play with my new stuff. Now, guys, I gotta go and check all the tiny little boxes actually, because I'm pretty sure that I got a couple of more tubes and the boxes might be mixed. So this is what the tiny boxes look like, but there might be watercolors in there as well, because yeah, spoiler, I got more watercolors. Yeah, I'm crazy. Okay, so this is a sepia. We have... what's this? Oh, this is a watercolor. Gonna hide it from you. Oh, and this here, the fur green. What a gorgeous dark green. Let me peek. So this is a light oxide red. And actually, we got more gouache in here. This time from Winsor Newton. I totally forgot about it. Right, so I got pale rose blush. This is a tube I emptied earlier, so this is a rebuy. And then we have Perylene Maroon. What a pretty color. Ah, okay, so I got another tube of the Black Intenso. This one was already in the set, but unlike other people, I actually like mixing in black, especially with gouache. And I think I only had a tiny tube of black Holbein gouache, which is almost empty as well. And then we have Naples yellow. Okay, then I think this is the last one. Raw umber. Also a good mixing color. Actually, no, there's another box. Good lord. This got out of hand. What do we have? Okay, we have burnt umber and... oh, what a gorgeous color. Havana brown. And lastly, this is an opaque white. So I hope that this one has really high coverage. On to watercolors. Okay, I got 2 White Knight palettes. Let's start with this one. It looks super dusty and dirty. Let me get rid of that. So this is just an empty palette. I hope you're not disappointed. Yeah, so there was a big sale on White Knight's products. White Knights come from Russia, and I can only guess why they were much cheaper. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was just a regular sale. Anyway, so let me put this aside here. And then this one here. I love granulating watercolors. So this here is the White Knights granulation set. And this is one of the things that I don't really need, but I really wanted it. Okay, this is the back side of it. Oh, okay. So it's a plastic palette. So before I open this, after my last haul, one of my viewers said I should really try some of their other colors, because in my last haul, pretty much all the colors have PW6 in them, so they have white in them, and I should definitely try some of their translucent colors. What I really like about White Knights is it's so easy to re-wet them. Okay, This is the palette. It comes with a swatch sheet, and also, let me just check something. So I don't know if you can remove this mixing palette here. Anyway, so as you can see, mostly blues, greens, and purples. And the colors in the set are violet shadows, blue shadows, cobalt mist, dark blue shadows, tiger mist, lilac mist, green shadows, aquamarine mist, gray rose mist, sky blue shadows, hematite mist, and violet mist. I can't wait to find out how they compare to Roman Schmoll or Daniel Smith, or of course the Schminke Horadam super granulating colors. Yeah, that's not all of the White Knight paints I got. Before we move on to some more White Knights, let me tell you, my favorite brand is Roman Schmoll. I think Roman Schmoll is the best bang for the buck, and initially I was gonna order a bunch of their colors. However, all the colors that I wanted were sold out, which is a huge bummer, but it is what it is. Oh Lord, more blues. Okay, let's start with this one. So this is the Voronezhskaya black. All the Russians that are watching, I'm so sorry. Then we have cobalt chrome turquoise, celestial blue, cobalt turquoise, an amazing mixer, cerulean blue, of course indigo. I should stop buying indigo. And Prussian blue. So this Prussian blue, I looked up some swatches online, and this Prussian blue looked so light and so gorgeous. And then lastly, we have a pastel color. This is mint. And it says here, yeah, this one's also with a PW6. So this is a PG7 and PW6. And that's it for the White Knights. Moving on to Rembrandt. So this is a PB36 and it's a cerulean blue deep. And then, oh man, oh guys, I'm so sorry. Yeah, another indigo. This time it's by Winsor Newton. Yeah. And then Rembrandt. So Rembrandt, just like White Knights, are such a pleasure to re-wet, and this one's permanent matter brownish. And then we have these two boxes, as well as this tube. This is a big tube of what I think is the most beautiful titanium buff. So this buff titanium by Rembrandt is my absolute favorite. I own this color by many brands, but this one is just, it's so gorgeous. It's less dirty and yellowish, and it's more on the grayer side. This is my absolute, like one of my absolute favorites. I love this color. And then, yeah. Okay, guys. As you know, I got super granulating colors by Schminke. I got, I think, 4 different sets, as well as some individual tubes. And I had to make sure that I will never run out of these colors here. So we got Haze Pink. What a stunning color. It's not that difficult to mix, honestly, at least to make something similar to it, but my mixes never look quite like this. And then we got Haze Brown, also one of my favorite browns. It's so beautiful. as well as Hesse Indigo. Now I still can't decide between Hesse Indigo or Hesse Blue, which one is more stunning. Both of the blues, the entire Hesse set actually. This must be my favorite set if they're super granulating sets. And this is it, guys. So this is the last box with 2 tubes in it. And I don't know why I'm so sad. I mean, I got more than enough. Okay, so back to gouache. This is a tube of Winsor Newton designer's gouache in Indigo. I have a problem. And, oh, a rebuy. We got Potter's Pink by Winsor Newton. I already own the big tube of the Schminke version, and the Schminke version is really, really awesome. It granulates like crazy. However, it is much darker, and the pink, in my opinion, leans more to a brown. The Winsor Newton one is much, much softer. It is more like a soft candy version of Potter's Pink, and Potter's Pink is a color, no matter what palette I set up, it always needs to be in it. So yeah, can't wait to set up a new palette. My question for you today is, this particular art material has been discontinued and is no longer available, and you are super sad and devastated. Which one is it? Please share in the comment section. It is usually full of helpful advice and opinions. So if you own any of the products you've seen today, please tell us what you think about them. A lot of people will read it and it might be of big help to the community. Also, a quick note. I've said it before and I will say it again. No matter how much we're all into fancy art supplies, they do not replace practice and study and thus do not make you a better artist. That said, I am super happy with what I got. Can't wait to experiment and hope you had a good time with this video. So yeah, guys, I'm out of new supplies to show you. That's really it for today. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for watching and have a fantastic day.